Hey guys, welcome to Shay's cheer life. Sorry I don't look the best right now. One, I'm sick. Two, I just got home from practice and I'm gonna be doing a cheer life hack. These are things that you can, these are life hacks that you can use for cheer to make you better. I'm not a professional at this. I've been doing cheer for 1.5 years. So yeah. So I'm if it doesn't help you, it helps me. It helped me get through last season. It's helping me a lot this season. So I'm gonna read out all the things I've put on my old phone. And I'm going to be bouncing around from subject to subject because this is 10 life hacks that you can use for cheer or anything really. I do all-star cheer, but you can use it for high school cheer or whatever. So yeah, let's get right into the video. First is stretch while watching TV. I would suggest sitting down in your splits and waiting. I have all 3 of my splits down by doing this. I just sit in my splits and watch TV, and I can sit in all 3 of my splits and it doesn't hurt. It helped me doing cheer. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah, this helped me get my splits down. Also helped me get my splits down. This is another life hack, is doing over splits. Over splits helps you a lot, and some people might not know what that is. It's where you put your front foot or your back foot, whatever you want. You put it up on your bed, your couch. They have blocks to put your foot up on, and I like doing my front foot, but you can do front and back if you're really flexible. I'm flexible, but not that flexible. I would put my foot up and then I would be sitting down all the way to my splits and it would hurt. But that's how I got my bow. Yeah, so that's another tip on how to get your splits farther down. Number 3, I would practice lifting weights and outside of the gym, because I'm a back squat and bases. Flyers, you can do this if you want to get stronger or whatever, but back squats and bases, we lift a girl up in the air and throw her. You might have the lightest flyer, but you still need that strength because you might not have the endurance. I love my strength. I'm the strongest person in my gym, and I love it because I can lift people my age and my height up in the air, and that's really nice. And lifting weights really helped me when I was younger now, and so now I can lift kids for my weightlifting. If you babysit or if you have siblings, lift them. You don't have to go to a gym. You can lift stuff at your house or whatever. When I go to the gym and I hang out with the minis who are 5 and 6, I pick them up and lift them and throw them and catch them and stuff like that, and that helps me lift weights. And my arms will be sore the next day, but that means that your strength is building. That for one, tumbling, doing back handsprings and stuff like that, you need to hold up your own weight with your arms, and then also you need to hold up girls. Okay, next, after I'm off that subject, running outside of practice. Run a block. So you keep your endurance up, especially for all-star cheer. You are going, tumbling, stunting, dancing, jumps. All that, doing everything. Choreography, doing all this stuff in 2 minutes. Putting all that wrapped in 2 minutes, and probably even more if you're in a higher level. Baskets too, if you're in a higher level. If you're 2 and up. If you're level 2 and up. Yeah, so I would definitely suggest, because now I can run faster and farther than I ever have. So push yourself. I would suggest having a good relationship with your coaches or team. If you guys have good chemistry, good results are gonna come. If you don't get along with your team and you're at your team and you guys are at each other's necks all the time, and every single practice there's at least one fight, like you're screaming at each other and you are screaming at your coaches and your coaches are screaming at you, it's not gonna work out. Make sure you guys have and I'm not saying that you have to quit that team. I'm not saying that the coaches are bad. I'm not saying that stuff. I am saying that everybody, you need to be like, okay, this isn't working. Let's make it a whole, And that's what I tell my team. We cannot bicker at each other and yell at each other, because we're not going to get anywhere. Like, that's not going to get us to Summit. That's not going to get us Worlds. That's just going to get us, it's not going to get us anywhere. And by fighting, you're not practicing, so I would say if you're having a bad relationship with your team or your coaches, talk to them. Not that hard. Next, practice jumps on hard/soft ground. Okay, so on off-star chair, you are on a springboard floor. Okay, so a springboard floor is very soft. It has a board, springs, and then a board, and then fabric on top. That's really easy to do jumps. It's like a harder trampoline. I would suggest doing jumps on grass or concrete. Concrete, if you're really good at jumps, I follow my weight in my heels and I fall backwards. So if you do that, I would suggest doing it in the grass. So if you fall backwards or frontwards or whatever, you wouldn't get hurt. But if you have really good jumps, like a couple of my friends, I would suggest doing it on concrete, so that I'm not saying, like, if it hurts you, don't do it on concrete. But to get your jumps higher and so you don't have that spring, it's you jumping and your swing. That helped me a lot last year, and I'm gonna start doing it again this year because my jumps are jank. It went from here to here, and soon it's gonna go to here. So I need to work on that. That's another thing. This is not on my list, but that's another thing. Recognizing things that you need to do, that you need to think, wow, my jumps don't look like the kids' jumps that go to Worlds. I would start looking at Worlds teams and stuff like that, looking at their jumps, looking at their pyramid, looking at their flexibility. Because that's how I get inspired, and that's how I'm like, wow, my jumps don't look like that. I should probably do that. So that's another thing. Okay. Have a one knot on your shoe. Okay. So probably people. So if you take off your shoes, like I do, of course, you take off your shoes and you don't untie them. I would suggest, especially because you double knot some people do, I would suggest double knotting your shoes to when you go to cheer, because you don't have to stop and tie them. So that's one thing. And then what I'm actually talking about is when you take off your shoes and you don't untie them, I would suggest untying them, especially when you're late to cheer. You can grab them and have them untied, and I will show you now. Late or rushing to go to cheer, I can untie them, do them in the car, or do them at the gym. So yeah, have a cheer sister or a cheer or someone from your cheer team. Last year we got cheer sisters from a different team, like we were the bigs and littles and stuff like that. This year we have cheer sisters on our own team and then cheer sisters that are younger than us. So and then also, if there's people your age on your team, like you're younger than you, you're older than you, your age, I would say get their phone number or some type of social media they have, and so you can talk to them through there, and you guys can be like I do sometimes with my friends. I'll forget what bow we're wearing, or I forget what outfit we're wearing this day, or what we're doing, and I will text them and be like, hey, do you know what we're doing? Or do you know what bow we're wearing? Because, and they do it to me too. And, people forget, and I don't want to be showing up the wrong bow, and they probably know, so I would suggest getting your numbers and then a hair tie on your wrist or shoe. I will be showing you now. So putting a hair tie on your wrist or shoe, if you have your hair up in a ponytail with your bow in, and you're stunting or tumbling, you might want to braid your hair, or someone else might want to braid your hair. Braid your hair if you're stepping on it, or the flyers, or your hair like this and your flyers like that, it's gonna hurt. So you might want to have an extra hair tie in your bag, on your shoe, on your wrist. We're not allowed to have stuff on our wrist just because I single base a lot, or I don't single base a lot. I practice single basing with one of my friends after cheer, and you don't want their hand to get stuck in your wrist and stuff like that. And if you're doing whatever, a lot of some stunting, the flyers grab the back squats, the flyers grab your wrist, and then bases, if you're doing baskets, someone's grabbing your wrist and the hair tie could get stuck on them, or whatever, weird stuff happens. Flyers, I would suggest having it on your wrist, and back spots and bases, having it on your shoe. Flyers, you don't really have to worry about people grabbing your wrist, but on your shoe, because your bases grab your shoe, and it could either fling off or get stuck in the base's hands. So yeah, when you have your shoes all tied, and if your laces are really long and they're the bunny ears are really long and stuff like that, tuck them in your shoe, because I've had a bunch of times where, especially back spots too, back spots, bases, whoever grabs the foot, sometimes I accidentally get my hands caught in the laces when I'm grabbing their ankles. And so you can break your finger by doing that, and all that stuff. So tuck them in your shoe. That is it. So that was 10 and more life hacks for cheer and I guess regular life, but mostly there for cheer. And I have more life hacks if you heard more. I was just supposed to be doing 10, but so I have more life hacks to do. If you guys want to see more life hacks and more sit down videos like this, and comment down below what you want to see. If you want to see more life hack videos, and if you want me to do more sit down videos. So I would love to hear your guys' feedback. And yeah, and if you liked me and anything that I said or whatever, and hit that subscribe button and maybe hit that bell to know whenever I post. I post either once or twice a week. And yeah, and I'm trying not to miss uploads, but sometimes I do. So, just regular life. But yeah, see you guys, and peace, cheerleaders.